Welcome to Wafflin. Now, boys, how are you?
I've been deep in my food influencer era lately. Yeah, meal planning, filming everything I eat.
Which is why I've got you a little surprise. Today's sponsor of Waffling is HelloFresh. Kaboom! You can still be a phenomenal chef online without having to run to the shops every day.
The meals are banging. The ingredients are pre-portioned, so there's no waste. And you're not overspending every week at the supermarket.
Starting from £1.62 per person for each meal. Are you joking me? No. Like, you actually save money without sacrificing proper quality meals. And the best bit, Luke Martin, is it's super flexible. You can pause your box anytime, mate. Pick it up again when you're back and change delivery address if you're staying somewhere else.
It has made life way easier.
So if you're watching this and like us are busy, hungry, you want to munch something, HelloFresh is your lifesaver.
All you have to do is click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen right now. You'll get 50% off your first box, 20% off your next 4, plus free desserts for life. Yes, you heard me right. Free desserts for life. When you use our code WAFFLIN5020.
And that offer is available to new customers. Even if you cancelled over 12 months ago, you can still come back and claim it.
It's proper easy. It works around your life. And honestly, it's delicious. Give it a go. Now, let's get back on with the show with our old pal, Ollie.
How are you, Ollie?
I'm very well, thank you.
Are we going to address why Theo's not here for something?
Well, firstly, Theo's bunked off work.
Again?
He's just decided, boys, I'm not coming in. So, obviously, we've got trusty Steed Edwards to fill in. And something that I wish we could also fill in is what happened last week. Because I know any Wafflin Mafia member that watched, I don't know, probably has been traumatized, had nightmares. Like, honestly, I can't believe it. But we had Vic Star on, who's obviously a big Sidemen member, like, big guest. This show needed to be presented, like, eloquently. You know, it was reaching out to a new crowd. And instead, well, let's just quickly watch it. This is the intro that we were all given. 3, 2, 1. Back, bro, like, nice to see you, man. No, that's what he does.
You all took the piss out of me.
Yeah, but it was like, yeah, but that, yeah.
I used to, Ethan and JJ used to butt head a lot.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because everyone thinks that, like, the Sidemen are all like billionaires.
Yeah.
JJ said the whole time he was just like, just breathe. Stop being.
The closest you get to that is when JJ was like, I need to fight. And then we were like, okay, go do your thing. No, I was in public school, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Was there any time you wanted to walk away from me?
What, this podcast? Yeah, right now.
Well, that's good then.
So I think that was 8 times. It lasted about 36 seconds.
Flows brilliantly into the show. Really makes me look forward to it. Fucking dreadful. Who did that? And are they in the building right now? Because I want to get them on the show.
What do you mean?
I want them to explain what they think they're doing. Because this is our baby, man, and like realistically,
the thing is, you can look at it 2 ways. It drove a lot of engagement.
Well, people commented saying that they think that we did it on purpose to try and like rage bait everyone and get everyone really angry.
I think it's impressive that people think we're that intelligent.
No, I know. But I suppose that, like, why did it happen? Is it because our normal editor was away? Yeah. So some random guy, is he an editor? Who is he? Has decided to give a go at editing Wafflin, one of our biggest episodes. And I just felt quite let down.
It was, but look, like I said, we can look at it 2 ways. We can take the positives from it or the negatives. And we take the positives. All the comments are like, holy shit, what was that intro? But it's driven a lot of engagement for us.
Do you know companies do that? Like, people do that, will intentionally like misspell things or say incorrect information so that comments, because the algorithm, all that recognizes is comments, engagement. People are typing, so it can be a way to actually promote yourself. So maybe we should just keep doing it.
Is that what the noise was on your phone?
Yeah. So what were you trying to do there? Luke was just prepping, so he was cooking something for this show. What was it?
What I was going to do is every time you were speaking, I was just going to start playing the riser, just randomly. But I couldn't get one that was like good enough. It didn't sound the same, but no, the thing is, it's got a lot of backlash. It got a lot of backlash on the Reddit as well, which you can join if you want to. It's just
all publicity is good publicity.
That is the thing, right? And I think that's the way we've got to look at it.
So true.
But it won't be the same this episode, right?
I hope not. Well, I hope we're back in the game. We've got a full show like planned. I've been handed like a great document. But before we get into all of that like planned bollocks, I actually want to ask, like, is there anything on your mind? Is there anything you've been thinking about this week that's like, you know what? I've been thinking about this.
That's interesting.
I feel like we just discussed 5 things on the train probably that we said, oh, we'll talk about it in a minute, but I can't.
Yeah, like what? Like what?
I can't remember any of them.
Well, I know it's obviously like my thing.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
just want to talk about me.
Let's just talk about you.
No,
Really?
wait.
But that's what, no,
yeah.
no, I don't like doing
I
that.
yeah.
I hate doing that.
I do want to pick up on that conversation we were just having, like before the camera started rolling,
Yeah, what was that?
One.
about giving birth.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, because I think this is important, right? Because
You got a good background because Ruth's a midwife.
yeah,
so.
my girlfriend is a midwife, so a lot of men, I feel, probably don't give women the right support in these situations. So I don't know what.
What the fuck is
Nah.
this, mate? People have clicked onto Wafflin.
No. So I want to know from you, right? Are you, number one, standing in the room with your girl when she's giving birth to your child? And what end of the bed are you standing?
Well, what did you just refer to the end where the vagina is?
The business end, because that's where all the business goes down.
The business class lounge.
Some
Right, he
people
believes it is.
want to watch the baby come out. That's their child. They've created it. They want to watch it be squeezed out of their partner into the world.
I think it is actually insane how there is this brutal reality of life that, like, you know, people can maybe look at pornography and what they see on Instagram and think, wow, like men or women, depending on how what gender's being sexualized, are such like pretty and amazing things to look at. But the reality is we are gross. We've spoken about it before. And yeah, like things happen, like slitting your entire lower part of your body in half. And yeah, would you want to watch that? I personally think I might pass out.
But then,
they've got to go through it, so I feel like the least you could do is watch.
I
don't know if I'd want to, but
what if your partner was like, I want you to watch it.
But would they?
Because
I don't think they would.
No, because they want you to describe the moment to them. They want one of you to see.
Who wants to know? Oh yeah, the
No,
moment
right.
of that.
No, that is a thing, because a woman.
Yeah, but put a little video camera down there. Just set GoPro, mate. Waterproof.
Put it in your vlog.
Yeah, put it in my vlog. Would you vlog? You know, I actually had this thought this year. No, this week.
Yeah.
Do you reckon there'll be someone that ends up vlogging their whole life? And I'm talking whole life. So no, like daily vlogs. Like
comes out with a GoPro in her hand.
no, no, not that they start vlogging from birth. I'm talking more like. At the moment, you can vlog and just decide what you put in.
Oh, right. Okay.
And also you have people that stream, so IRL streaming all the time.
Super authentic.
But you could have someone that literally films their whole experience. So from going to the toilet,
Ray-Ban Sunny.
to having sex, to literally they are literally vlogging. They're giving you their POV, but actually all of it.
Imagine how
so you're
messed up that person's gonna
you're in a relationship with, like, you're watching them be in a relationship. So technically you're in that relationship, viewing it from that person's point of view. You're making love with the partner. You're going to dinner with the partner. Say right now, I'd be vlogging, but I'd be filming my point of view. Like, is there a way for me to film my point of view
am I
at
watching
all
that?
times? I don't know
VR
Ollie
headset?
Edwards, mate.
If it's
Maybe
a VR
I'm
headset,
just
then you're
constantly living your life. Then I'm never living my own.
People,
I'm
that,
watching
but,
yours.
but
That's where we're
some
going.
people would choose to do that. If you could go, like, okay, Justin Bieber is real life vlogging his whole actual life. You're telling me there's not going to be like millions of people that just watch that because his life may be more interesting to live than theirs.
What a waste of time. Imagine that though.
Yeah, for you,
but-
Ollie
but
Edwards, but
that's
imagine
like
for like
people
Theo
watching
Baker.
streaming.
Yeah, true. Actually, yeah, he watches all your
He's always
life.
catching strays here. No, but people do that anyway. Like, even watching someone stream, like Speed, he doesn't just sit down and game anymore, like, all the time. He'll go out and just, and I know it's different because you're saying POV, but people do that just to kill time. It's that escapism. Watching that is probably better than their own.
Yeah,
life.
and it
Still
could
going to be a few hours long though of someone's whole day, isn't it?
make you feel
Boy,
part
it'd
of
be
something.
24 hours.
Yeah, but then
Have you never seen The Truman Show?
Yeah,
I just haven't. What is it?
where it's just where you're basically thinks he's living real life, but
Oh,
it's
yeah,
one
no,
big
I do know
TV
the
show
one.
made
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, it's that sort of thing. But I wonder well, that's the thing. I was thinking, what's the next level where content's going to go? And that just came to me while I was doing my teeth this morning.
So, on your thoughts of like where content is going, right?
Yeah.
When you inevitably have a child someday,
Do you reckon?
and you,
Okay.
yeah, someday I think it will come for you.
Okay.
You're
I
just-
do too.
You're just not ready.
All right, Ollie Edwards.
How would you want them to mix in with that world? Like if they were like dad, because you would be. they're dad.
Papa, I'd say.
All right.
Call me Papa.
Papa Weller. I want to go down the same route as you. I want to become a YouTuber.
Don't do it, bro.
That's what you'd say to
Nah,
them.
don't do it, fam. I'd be like, I'd be like, man, gay, brother. No, look, I'd say like, listen. I'd just be like, listen, you need to know what you're getting yourself into here, because I would never dictate them. You can't, you can. Yeah, you be little Jimmy. Right, so listen,
Tim.
you need to know what, yeah, I'd call him Timmy.
Timmy Weller.
Timmy Weller.
You need to know what you're getting yourself into, because you're not just here making videos and creating content. No, you're exposing your entire life and energy to the influence of others. And that could quite literally change your whole entire molecular structure of how your brain operates forever. Especially if you get into it as a youngster, as a young kiddie.
And what would you do about that, Daddy? If that were to happen, what would you do to fix that?
Well, I wouldn't fix it. I'd just make you very aware of it from the get-go to make sure you know what you think you're getting into.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was just getting into making videos that people who enjoy the videos are going to watch. You're also showing those videos to people who very much don't like you and and like you have to have a thick skin in this field. So yeah, and it's probably the same with footballers. Like I can imagine you think, oh, I'm just going to play football. No, you're opening yourself up.
Anyone in the limelight, really.
Yeah.
At the point you start actually doing well, that's when you're always going to get people that don't like what you're doing.
Well, yeah, that is the thing, and that is why you can't have too much.
No,
No, but I was going to say it's arguably tougher. Like at least when you're big and people don't like what you're doing, you can kind of be like, well, look at me, like I've made it. Do you know what I mean? Like you were going through college when you did get a hard time from people.
Game's the game though.
Yeah, but I want to go back to the point where you said like you wouldn't dictate them to do anything. Would you dictate your child to do anything? Because I was actually speaking to Ruth
if
about
you're like gonna, the thing is if I started seeing signs like you're wanting to like sexualize yourself, I'd be go like
What do you mean?
in a way to make money. I'd go like, okay, let's address what's gone wrong here.
If you had an OnlyFans daughter
or son or other.
What? Oh, okay, right.
Right, because they may, because I genuinely believe there's got to be, to operate in certain ways that aren't necessarily how, in cavemen times, people aren't selling their nudes online or trying to make, they may, let's say one of the oldest trades in the world is sex work.
Yep.
Let's be transparent about that. However, I wonder what leads to wanting to sexualize like that. And then, what is ultimately degrading yourself in, if we're freaking honest.
Yeah, well, that's interesting because I obviously say it like an OnlyFans daughter, but like, would it be perceived differently if you had a son that was like, Dad, I'm going to be a porn star?
I'd just be like, well, yeah, like what's, because if you just love shagging, you can still do that, but why do you want other people to watch you do that? Like, what's
Well,
what are you trying to
more
prove?
money than being,
it's
more money than being a male bra.
But, okay,
Yeah.
so what makes you think that money is so important that you feel like you want to sacrifice your own like sort of
Well, no, is it
mental
not
health,
just about,
if you're
and
gonna
your
do it
family's
anyway.
no, but
mental
it's
health?
monetizing your hobbies. You got to monetize. If you have a child that loves shagging, love it.
Yeah, but I'm like,
like a little you.
Maybe not child.
Yeah,
but
no,
like son or daughter.
No, wait, I worded that wrong. Like when they
PR
grow up, like what? So you have a child, and
That's
then
getting clipped.
when
surely.
they get to the age of 18, they decide, actually, I fucking love, like, I just love shagging. Why don't I just bring the two together, earn cash so I don't have to work in Morrison's, and make money from this thing that I love? It's no different to you monetizing YouTube.
It's no different. Is
Mate,
that what you think?
No.
That's mental.
I'm
That's
just saying.
fucking mental, you
I'm just
weirdo.
saying, at like sort of surface value, it's monetizing a passion.
Yeah, but that passion, what are the implications of that passion being exposed to the world? There's a reason why you don't put every single thing you and your partner do online, because the impact that's going to have on both of you. Now, how's you going out and being a porn star going to affect your future family, probably yourself? It's unnatural to be exposed to that. Sex is a private thing, realistically, and being exposed, like, it's going to have unnatural impacts on you. I'd be like, just be aware of that. And are you aware of that? Because right now, talking like you're talking, it seems like you wouldn't be aware of that and think that you're just monetizing. You're thinking of money and hobby. There's a way bigger grey area in between that.
I'm obviously just playing devil's advocate.
No, this is what you believe from your heart and soul.
There's no way I would advocate for any of that, because I do think it is just damaging. It's more the repercussions.
Would you suck cock for like $1,000?
No. A grand?
20 grand.
No, but there,
It's not,
there
okay,
would
it's
be
not going on TV. You sucking it.
thankfully, for 20 grand. No.
If Weller said he was going to stop waffling, would you then? Yeah, look, you would.
There's going to be a number in everyone's mind where they'd probably say, is it worth it?
Is it worth it? Okay, £1 million. Are you sucking?
Oh, look at his eyes.
Are you
mate.
sucking off Lando Norris from McLaren? Your hat.
No.
You are for £1 million. You are doing
I
that.
still don't think $1 million's enough for what I'd have to live with.
£55 million.
Yeah, see, like now you're getting into...
Does he have to nut?
Yeah.
Now you're getting into
yeah, he will.
generational wealth.
So what are you doing?
So you do it?
You're doing it.
You probably think I mean, you'd be. An idiot
I'm
not to.
doing it.
Yeah,
There you go.
How much?
55 million.
£55 million.
Oh, you do it for less than that, wouldn't you?
No, but that's the fee. You don't need to take less.
You didn't need
can
to
take
say
the
that.
No, but realistically, you would. If that's like the
All
threshold.
right, but that's not the price. So, do it for free.
Yeah, no, I think it gets to a point where you just think like, well, it doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day. Like if you're getting that, but that's what I mean for these. If you had a son or a daughter that's like, well,
So wayward.
I get-
this conversation.
well, Dad, I'm gonna earn 20 mil this year.
Yeah, but it's like what's doing it in private. So you sucking Lando Norris's cock in private, right? That is not gonna. No one's gonna know about it. So you're earning the money. You are having a lovely relationship with Lando. Yeah. You're having a great relationship with Lando Norris. And
Imagine if he watches.
Mate, if he sees this,
Hey, Lando, come on the pod, mate. Anyways, yeah, but no one knows about it, so it's not going to impact anyone. You can take it to the grave, right? Very different to being publicised to millions and billions and clipped and put onto
No.
X.
that is true. But this hopefully leads me on to the next bit of did we watch?
Wait, you can answer it then? What?
I said 55 mil. Yeah, I'd do it.
Okay, but you can see how that's different to like putting it out in public
Yeah, no,
and the impacts.
Yeah, but
It's
again,
not just a hobby.
It's only the impact if it genuinely impacts you.
Okay, so do you think you have to be a soulless? Like, obviously, we saw HS Tiki Toki sit down
That's-
with
yeah.
Bonnie
Bonnie
Blue
Blue, yeah.
recently and you know, chat some shit. I'd actually love to play some of the clips from that. We don't know if we have it.
I
It's
don't,
on YouTube, isn't it?
No, I did. Did I not send it? Send it to you on Instagram.
What was he? What, I don't know. I can't remember. What was he saying?
Basically, HS Tiki Toki like was grilling her, being like,
was it where
I
he's-
can't remember.
Was it the one where he was like, "You don't actually like this, do
Yeah,
you?"
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you're
that
Yeah,
was
and
it.
she's saying no, I do. Like
Yeah.
everyone says this, I do like it.
Yeah,
Like, that's
she-
what she.
It's like she has to. What I'm saying is, do you have to convince yourself? No, I do like this. I do.
No, it's a
I don't have
persona.
any morals.
Yeah, but-
or like what has happened?
It's the cash.
But why is that the only? Why is there no circumstance in which she genuinely could just love it?
Maybe, but is it, no. That is the thing because anything's a
No,
possibility.
no. I think that yeah, maybe, but like when
But is
you
it
see her
based
talk,
on-
it seems so unauthentic, or she's like dead behind the eyes, one or two.
But is
Yeah,
it
she
based on
does
something
look
like?
dead
Can you
behind the
like? That's
eyes.
what we said in another episode about like enjoying abuse, where you accidentally may have. Say if you get sexually abused, right? You may accidentally because like if your sexual organs get stimulated, you might accidentally release dopamine at that time, which is pleasure, even though you're getting hurt. Right?
It's
You're-
scientifically proven.
Well, no,
Yeah,
it's,
alright.
it just literally is.
Yeah,
like,
there-
Oh, right,
it
right.
release
Science behind
dopamine.
Oh,
So
right, yeah, no, right. I see
like,
what you're saying. Yeah,
do
yeah.
you know what I mean? So like, and you might accidentally like have that your brain thinks that's a pleasure center received. Yeah, even though it's awful. And then when you get older, your brain may have hardwired that you like this thing, even though deep down the real you doesn't. And I know there is one very famous British porn star doing similar to Bonnie Blue that did actually experience that, and that's very interesting that she's now doing what she's doing. And I'm like, I wonder how common that is in that field. Anyways,
Yeah, but that interview is he proper presses her.
Yeah, he
And
does.
she-
To be fair, yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I think in the end she storms out, doesn't she? But
she storms out.
I didn't watch the whole thing to be fair,
don't-
but
to be fair, is it not a little bit ironic having HS Tiki Toki lecture someone?
well, no, I
on-
just think it shows how, like, yeah, it's pretty, like, she's pretty fucked up, really.
Yeah,
Some of the
but
stuff she
like,
does.
is he someone that's in a position to lecture someone about like poisoning the minds of young children or?
We all are.
But,
oh,
yeah, but she's literally in the thing saying like her thing that she loves more than anything is taking 18-year-old boys' virginity and putting it online. And his thing is saying it's all right if you want to take 18-year-old virginity, but you're actually putting it online. And at 18, what the fuck do they know? like in 5 years' time at 23, like that's online, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like
I think he's right.
a lot of
I do
his
think he's
co-
right.
No, I'm not saying he's wrong.
Would
I'm
you
just
be
saying,
able
is he in a
to
position
get
to lecture
with
people?
like your bird and that's her past, so
No.
she's changed? Do you think it's because some people go, no, you should accept someone for their past. They are now their present. But do you think someone's past is actually relevant in and it's it's important if you didn't meet them before that, like in that past, you meet them now, but that is their past. Is it important?
Yeah, still that to that extent, yeah,
Yeah, I mean-
100%, mate. Like imagine
So where's
like
the line?
hypothetically, imagine like you're at Christmas and your cousin who's like 5 years younger than you or something sitting there and he just, I don't know, yeah, no.
Yeah, but
Not a
there's
bit,
got to be a
mate.
line somewhere, and you have to accept that ultimately there's always going to be double standards there.
Of course,
Like,
but there'll be people that are in a similar industry, maybe not to that extent, and they're not as bothered.
yeah, who's that guy that always like, oh, fuck, is Adam 22?
Yeah. So his
Yeah.
Jenna the plug is his
Yeah.
wife.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
He or she, they're both sex workers in their own right, though. So it's like I went to a musical recently, and the
Oh, nice. What one?
and basically the lead, right? It was called Cruel Intentions. It's a very sexual musical.
Why did you go?
It was just it was just on in Brighton.
Oh.
So we tried to look for one. It was the only one on in Brighton.
Right.
We went, and the lead messaged me in the halftime interval, going, "Oh, I can see you."
What?
Yeah. And basically, he was like, I was looking for my girlfriend that was in the crowd. She was sat behind you. Oh, but I saw you. Anyways, I'm glad you're enjoying the show. He's on stage snogging another girl in his performance while his girlfriend's watching. What are your thoughts on this? Because this is obviously a very common dilemma in that industry. And where's the line? Because, yeah, porn is one thing, having sex. But if you're kissing someone, how much is it just acting? Because you're still doing the action. Hormones and things are still flowing. Would you be comfortable with that? Or is like, because I can imagine, but again, the point I was making there, obviously Adam 22 and his wife are both sex workers. I believe this lead performer in the show and his girlfriend are also both musical performers. So they probably both do that. So that maybe it's like, if you both do it, then it's not as bad. But imagine if it's one of you, because I would find that rather difficult personally.
I think if you were in the same industry, they both know that that's the crack because that's what they do. Then maybe, but
Well, I suppose it's like for you, right? So you massage people.
yes.
So like, surely that would be an issue. You're touching another woman's body.
Well, you're not
That's-
really though because they're fully clothed and it's more like pain.
It's not like
It's not like
sensual,
it's not like
the
an-
massages that
Yeah,
you get.
yeah.
Whoa!
Not like
I've never done anything like that.
No, it's more because it's like more sport based. It's like
Okay.
yeah, pain. I mean, both of you have been to. Well, you haven't for ages, but I mean, Luke has, and he comes out more crying than.
Yeah, it's not
With a
like
semi.
Ollie's not a nice massage,
And
but
I should massage.
it's not a nice massage in the sense where you're like, oh, I'm going there to
Yeah.
relax, and it's a bit rough, isn't it? But I don't think
Because at what
I
point
wouldn't be able to do that. I couldn't have.
What, so say if Ruth was going to massage other blokes all day long.
Oh no!
what are you
that-
doing?
That is different.
Is that different?
Look,
And they're getting aroused. Not that I know.
But look, I
No,
can't.
but is it like, what would you
I can't
do?
help that. Like being a masseuse is like a perfectly normal job. If someone gets aroused by that, that is like their thing.
Yeah.
So long as she's not going there like doing her job. If you're acting professionally, but I couldn't sit in a crowd and watch her on stage getting with other people. I get it. It's a profession as well, and a lot of people do respect it, and they say, well, yeah, like I get it. It's just their job. But for me, I'm the same as you, where I think, yeah, but yeah, if you're kissing someone like that, like, what if it's like, I don't know, the Romeo and Juliet kiss? Surely they do.
Probably, yeah.
But like, if they do, that's gonna have to be like a passionate, like, kiss.
Yeah, no, I'm not being funny. Like, that's what I saw, and I'm like, there's no way, categorically, scientifically, biologically, hormones and things are flying at that point. Whether it's an act, or whether it's not, you know, whatever, things are happening.
Well, it might be an act.
And
as to
also,
why
it is
they're
mental because
kissing.
they've got to make it look romantic. It's like you
Yeah,
remember that
it's gotta
scene
look
in
convincing.
Wolf of Wall Street.
No.
Didn't Margot Robbie have like a long-term boyfriend when they
Really?
did that scene in Wolf of Wall? I might be wrong about
Mazza.
that, but yeah, that scene is like like you can't fake that, can you?
What is it?
Unless it was
What
like
scene are you
CGI.
talking about?
Where I think the first time he goes back to her house.
Very last for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Wait, and what
She's
happened?
she's
She's
wearing like lingerie.
Yeah.
Oh, she's basically like sexualized.
Yeah, massively. It's
Massively.
like very sexualized scene.
Right.
Yeah.
And what do you reckon? Because I wonder, is the entertainment industry like the devil?
So, you tell us.
Because it
Who owns it?
well, is it the deep state? No, I don't know. But is it like, because if it can make you, for the sake of acting and entertainment, do things like you wouldn't do that otherwise.
But aren't you doing that symbol right now? You were just doing that.
No.
Isn't that?
I just think like if something can make you, like money can make you do things that you wouldn't do it otherwise. Entertainment can make you do. I don't know. I don't really know the point I'm making,
everyone
but
follows the cash though, don't they?
that's
Yeah, cash is
Like
king. mate.
you wouldn't still be doing YouTube right now if it wasn't making you anything. Realistically,
well, it's just it's sad that we have to do something that earns money, isn't it? Wouldn't it be amazing if we could all just do things that don't involve earning money? Well, that would be class, wouldn't it? If like money wasn't a thing.
yeah, but
We just bartered with each other, like, oh, can I have some of your margarine if I give you some of my, platypus?
yeah, but wasn't money invented because bartering was quite a difficult,
Well,
like because everyone wants/needs money. Whereas like if all I had was 5 chickens and Edward's like
10
had-
cows.
yeah, like he'd be like, well, I don't need chickens.
yeah, but survival of the fittest, isn't it?
So everyone's just scrapping then.
yeah.
Now everyone would just.
Well, so
scrap.
do you think money actually creates more peace than it?
Now from what we've lived in, if imagine you got rid of money today, everyone would be scrapping
Yeah.
each other, just nicking shit.
I feel
Yeah.
like money.
Looting.
It probably sounds quite backwards, but I think that's actually probably true. I think money does cause more peace than it would in a world without money.
Considering people go, oh, all of these wars that are happening around the world are caused by money ultimately.
No, it's-
Like, that's what a lot of people say.
It's complicated because it is like the root cause of all evil, but then there's got to be a reason as to why it got introduced in the first place. I can't imagine living in a world where you could only trade the things that you physically had in your possession for other things.
Because then how'd you get them in the first place as well?
Yeah, or you're going to end up like If
Generational.
Edwards is like, I'm not giving you a cow. I don't need those chickens. All I'm going to do is one night bash him over the head and rob the cows, because it gets to that point where it's about survival instinct, isn't it?
Okay.
But do you know what I
Bash
mean?
me over the head and
Just a bit out of nowhere. But yeah, no, I understand you. Yeah, that is true, bro.
But I mean, that is also the same, realistically, why people steal from people nowadays. They go and rob shit because they haven't got their own.
Yeah.
So if everyone had money, then there wouldn't be any problems with money.
And that's the
Facts.
problem.
So true. All right, what else?
I thought you brought a little game for us.
Game? No, we'll do that at the end.
Okay.
We have got a game. That's why I'm holding these 3 cards. I've invented an entire game that we're going to play with you lot by the end of this.
Mr. YouTube.
I am just a YouTuber. Wait, we've got a few things here. Weller's new Raw vlogs.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
should
yeah, I haven't seen 'em.
should we talk
What's
about-
next? The success of Mudmania equals 1.5 million views. Are you emphasising that my new Raw vlogs tanked in views and performed awfully?
What?
It's exactly what our strange producer's doing.
It's not performed awfully, has it? It's just
No,
performed.
it's pretty bad. So it's in like, it's only hit the core Weller audience.
Yeah.
So it's like 130k.
In how
right?
long?
2 days.
Oh.
Right?
That'll
The
chug.
thumbnail, I experimented something. Obviously, hopefully we can get that on screen right now. I don't know if.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, screen record's just not on. I forget every time. But yeah, if you could show that on screen, that'd be class. I tried to experiment with the thumbnail, but like that's the thing with this YouTube game. Like, part of me is like, just upload it. Don't think about it too much. But then when you have something that performs so well, like the Mudmania one, 1.5 million views. Wow, reaching an audience all around the world. Yeah, but it was fucking hell to make. And I didn't honestly enjoy editing it hardly at all because it's so like it was very stressful. But then this Raw one, fucking laugh, mate. It was quite jokes. It was quite easy to edit. And I believe you actually connect with people on just a more like real level. It's more just like, you're my mate. We're on FaceTime. We're connecting.
Yeah, well, it's a much more personal video than the Mudmania one. The Mudmania one's a production, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like the difference between watching like a film and having a conversation with someone. It's,
Yeah.
Also,
Go
there are many
watch it.
people though that do like a vlog and then we'll do something like a production like that. And then like YouTubers I might watch, I know what I'm going to get. Whereas
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, you haven't
when
really
we
got a
had
niche.
when we had Cal Freeze on the pod, he said an important thing is people must know what your next video
Yeah,
is
if I'm
going to
sitting
be
down to
without
eat
you
my
even
dinner.
without you
Yeah.
even saying it. He's turned his channel into a food testing review channel, so it's like people know what to expect. Whereas I think like my nature will always be like, I'll have a big idea and then I just want to have a little chat with you, and then a completely different type of idea. And YouTube doesn't like that. It wants to know what you're going to upload, so it knows who to show it to. So that's why only my core audience have been sent this. probably.
Well,
But yeah.
can we talk about a little bit, potentially, a video that you might be doing?
Yeah, go on. What's that? LukeMartin.com.
Have you announced that you've officially booked the trip?
I think on Sidecast I did, which obviously is on their paid platform, the podcast with the Sidemen.
Yeah.
But I haven't on Wafflin, but I've officially... I did last week. I mentioned
Vic?
it. I just said, I've booked it, by the way, and then we moved on.
Oh, so we didn't talk about it.
But we didn't talk about it at all. But yeah, officially, guys, I have booked to go and do ayahuasca.
And how has that made you feel?
Mate, I just feel ready. That's all I can really say. Like, I've researched it a lot, and you know, my biggest thing to begin with is I am not advising anyone to go and do this until you feel like just innately deep within you, like this is something I'm ready for. But I've researched it a lot. I found the absolute best place I can find.
How did you find the place?
Yeah.
I researched, basically, there's this website that's called Retreat Guru, and you basically can go through every single type of retreat like that there is for all the different plant medicines, yoga retreats, meditation, all of that sort of thing around the world. See actual reviews by actual people, and then I just watched like loads of documentaries that included this place as well, to seeing people's actual experience there. So I just made sure like this is decent, and I had a call with them before booking it.
But have you researched any more about the actual experience?
Yeah.
Oh, you have?
Absolutely, yeah. No, mate, it's difficult. Like, you have people that, you know, firstly, like, I know we often laugh at like my mushroom stuff or whatever. Like, is that real? Isn't it real? But there's a lot of very credible, like, scientists, intelligent people, like, you know, legit people that are not even going there because they're obsessed with psychedelics or anything. And they have absolutely like life-changing experiences where they're shown exactly what they need to be shown in order to get over or release whatever trauma or baggage that they're holding on to, that they don't even realize is subconsciously dictating their whole life. And it's like, everyone's experience is different. Like, one person, like the person who Spencer, the retreat that Spencer went to, the person that runs that, right, was like a complete like millionaire, had everything he could ever want, but he would, like, you know, constantly be doing drugs, cheating on his missus, doing all sorts of bad things, and not know, like, why am I not content? What's wrong with me? Why am I constantly searching for this more? He did ayahuasca for the first time and had to literally see and sit through himself as a 2-year-old being molested by his grandfather and relive the whole thing and then purge it all up, sick, throwing it all up, diarrhea in it all up. And it, like, literally, like, he almost was able to see, like, forgive his grandfather from seeing how he got to the point where he was acting like that.
Yeah.
What went wrong in his life, and was actually able to see, like, like, almost like not feel sorry for him, but just forgive him and see that he doesn't want to be doing this. Deep down, he doesn't. And it basically changed him forever. So instead of pursuing his like business things that he was doing, he basically built an ayahuasca retreat in Costa Rica and made his whole life about trying to help people through this plant medicine. And it was just like loads of people you'll see, like, everyone's experience is different, but like what they go through and what they see, they can rarely put it into complete sensical words because they encounter different entities. Like, often people will say they meet grandmother ayahuasca and are shown, like, taken through like to a different fucking dimension and then shown like parts of their life that may have impacted them or like what they need to see in order to like basically align with who they actually are. And it can be so difficult, like the hardest thing that people have ever done. And yeah, I just feel ready to experiment with that.
So what are you thinking that you want to get from it? Like, when you come out, done the experience, what are you going to walk away and go, I hope that this...
I really hope that I'm able to operate from a place of love consistently. Because I know I get wrapped up in like selfish desire, like being like so like stressed out so easily, annoyed, like almost antisocial, like seeing like things that should be like a loving experience as a chore. And it almost feels like I'm carrying around this like little like bag of almost like negativity that just wherever I go. Yeah. And it comes in it. Sometimes it takes over me, as we've seen on this podcast like many times. It's a constant. I can't rely on myself, and I just think that like peace of mind, stability, but just like that love being like what I operate from is like my main source of like energy, if you get me. But yeah, man, it's a 7-day retreat I'm doing.
So how many times do you do it in that 7 days?
So you do it 4 separate nights over that 7 days.
It's intense.
And that may
I'm
involve
scared for it.
that may involve like 1, 2, 3 cups of ayahuasca. I don't know exact amounts, like everyone's different. And the shamans that are there, like who are like, and again, I could talk about this for hours, but those people that have done that, their whole like lineage, who can like read your energy, will know exactly how much to give you and exactly what you're experiencing and how to, like, what sounds to make, what songs to sing you to expand what you're experiencing. It's all like, we think what we can tangibly perceive is all that there is. You look into this stuff and you're like, oh my fucking God. In terms of magic or in terms of like there being other realms and other possibilities, like this is it. And every, like the people, when you hear them talk about it, incredible, intelligent people, it's like, yeah, this can't just all be bollocks because everyone's saying the same thing.
Do they do it frequently?
What, the ayahuasca? I don't know in terms of the shamans, but yeah, like I know they conduct it. Obviously, they conduct it, and they would have obviously done it many times. There are people that have done it like 80 times.
Yeah,
like,
what I say to people,
like,
it's a regular
like people do it
purpose?
regularly.
It's a cleanse.
Yeah, what's the need to do it time and time again?
Well, I will find that out. I'm assuming I will. Like, obviously people, you know, you go there, you learn lessons, but there may be that, you know, some people may go there and go, I've now feel like I don't need to do it again. Like, so that's what Spencer said, right?
Yeah.
When he came on. But there'll be other people that may need, you know, may not be able to fully surrender to it the first time, or they may learn some things and it just gets them on the right path. But then they may feel like they want to do more work. A lot of what people say is like, you will feel when you want to do it, and you won't want to do it when you don't want to do it. But it's all like, yeah, there's a, how do you say? I don't know how to put it into words. But basically, yeah. I'm buzzing.
Summed that up well.
Yeah, I'm just excited to give it a go. But yeah, 4 nights, 4 separate nights. And the first thing that you do on day 1 at 7 a.m. is El Vomitivo. You can guess what that is, right? So you basically drink this lemongrass water type drink.
Like a cleanse to empty your body.
And just keep drinking it until you throw up. And throw up before you do anything. So,
God, it makes me feel sick.
Yeah, I know. And then...
Are you not like scared? I feel like
I'm just ready. It's weird. I just feel ready. Like, obviously, leading up to it, like I have to cancel certain things out. So this 4 weeks beforehand, obviously, no alcohol, no other drugs, no other psychedelics, no pork. I'm not sure why no pork. I haven't looked into that.
Any other meat's fine.
So 2 weeks before, no red meat. So only chicken and fish, and just natural foods, like natural and balanced. So not too spicy, not like ice cold. Not like, you're basically wanting to get a bland diet that's natural, nothing intense like skydiving, tattoo, marathon, like nothing like that. Really just like...
It's like starting the stability.
Yeah. And then just also meditating. Like, I'm doing a lot of just meditating every day. And already, bro, I'm feeling like way better than normal. And having this thing that I'm working towards, just because like, yeah, putting only natural things into your body, meditating, it just makes you so much clearer.
Could you go with other people? So, like, say you were like, oh, I'm going to bring 3 people with me.
Well,
I know you wouldn't want to, probably, but could you? Would they have allowed that?
Yeah. They don't say you have to come alone.
Right.
But yeah, I think in this place that I'm doing it, it's like 20 people in each retreat, and it's, you don't leave the retreat in that 7 days. It's in like a jungle that backs onto a beach, but it is quite expensive. Like for this 7 days. Should I just say?
Yeah, say how much.
Okay, in dollars for just the retreat, not flight, that's $6,000 for the room that I'm in. I'm not in a shared room. Yeah. I think it's cheap. I think it's $4,500 if you're in a shared room.
This isn't going to be like a 5-star like penthouse.
It's a very nice, like, it's. I'll be real, like, it's a very nice room. It's like,
is it?
It's like the best one that there is.
No, but I still thought it'd be like a little like a tiki shack.
Yeah. No, I did think that as well. To be fair,
no, it's like a proper nice room. Like, I'll be real, like I've made sure that I'm going to put myself in the most comfortable, because I struggle with sleep. Like, if I'm going to invest in anything, like, I'll be real, I don't really spend too much money on like things, but this, I'm willing to invest, because I'm assuming this is going to be like one of the most profound things I've ever done. Yeah. So yeah, anyways, 4 nights of ayahuasca.
How long does it last when you do it? Like the effects of it?
Apparently it can be like 2 to 8 hours.
Oh wow! So it depends.
Like, it can just go on, and it's like, apparently it's like the ayahuasca will know that I'm going to be doing like that night 1. It will know I'm doing it for 4 days. So like, I don't, like, this is what people say, like, it knows that you're coming back tomorrow, and when you're going to be ending.
So
this.
do some people get some sort of like, I don't know, answers or stuff on the first day, and then some might
Yeah.
not get any till the last? Fuck
Yeah, so some people may do it the first night.
like, it's done. Fuck.
Nothing, no visions, don't see anything.
It's normal.
Just nothing. But then night 2, fuck me. But then other people, they may take it or have the drink, and it's a tea. It's just a tea of a brew between a leaf and a vine. The leaf has DMT in, which is the active substance. The vine just basically stops the enzymes in your stomach from breaking down the DMT, so allowing it into your blood, because otherwise it wouldn't. Your body would just break it down and you wouldn't feel it. So that's what it is. You have the tea, and within 30 minutes, some people can feel it straight away off the bat. But then, yeah, some people, it may take day 2 or day 3. But the ayahuasca, the spirit of it, whatever it is, knows like the timing of when to show you certain things, and will know that you're going to be doing it for 4 days. I don't get it.
So is it always showing you bad stuff, or showing you? Can it show you just like good experience?
Mate,
You just have really good experience.
What people say is like, it is ultimate love. This thing is showing you what you need to be seen to get to love.
Right.
And it may be seeing something, experiencing it, feeling every part of it, to be able to see it in a new way, so that you can let go of it, purge it. And when people say, when you do get to that point of where you're releasing the trauma, you throw up or you diarrhea yourself.
Right.
Or, or you go to the toilet. Yeah. But like, yeah. So like, it may be some people are shown like how they need to love themselves more, and it's shown, this thing that you love. So say like you love dolphins and puppies more than anything. It would show you like it would show you them, like take you on a journey with them, and how much, and you'd really feel how much you love them, and then be like, you love that thing, and then you may get the urge to walk over to the mirror, see yourself in the mirror. You split into 2, but actually, except you're seeing yourself as a different person, but you see how they need love, and you then harness that love that you have for those dolphins and puppies. You're now able to see how you should have that for this person that you're seeing that's next to you. Yeah. That person is you. Love. Oh my God. I've seen someone like explain a story like similar to that, and they didn't have all these horrible visions. It was really, they were able to just see how they needed more self-love, but they were actually able to feel it and see it. And I know that's a very simple.
And then implement it,
yeah. Whereas other people, they may get taken on some mad journey and see some awful things, but it's all what you need to see to reach love. It's not like you're just going to be fucked up and this is just playing tricks.
But surely, like with that it might all well be good. But then when 3 weeks, when you come back into normal society, 4 or 5, 6 weeks,
like,
how is it not? Yeah, because it's like you go on holiday. I feel amazing.
A big part of it is the integration. So like they say within all of the days, you have your ceremonies, but it's how you then spend time with the shamans and the facilitators to work on how you're going to integrate what you experience into your real world. And then for the next 12 months, we have access, emails, like, and part of this community where you can actually like talk about, like, as in, work on integrating and how you do that. And obviously, I haven't done it yet, so I don't know. I don't know exactly how, but obviously, just as important as being shown the answers and the truth is how you then implement the truth. Of course, you could then decide to, I'm still going to go and just like smoke 20 fags a day and freaking get smashed every weekend. You're still in control of yourself. But I think what it is that you see so clearly as to what you should do and why, like your why of why you should do what you know you should do is that much more like convincing. And that's what I gauge from it. So
I'm excited to see.
I'm excited.
What happens if on night 1 you have an experience that you're just like, well, surely that's it? Like I see clarity now.
Class.
Do you still then do night?
Yeah, I'll do the full thing. Like I feel you could have picked 5 days, 7 days, or 12 days. I felt like booking the 7 days, and they say when picking it, just like whatever you feels like the right one to pick, that's the right one.
So I'm just 12 days. How many?
5 or 6. Oh,
so you don't do it too many more than 7.
Yeah, and on the 5-day one, you do it 3 times. Because the first night, often, like, you're learning how to work with it, how to surrender to it, how to actually, like, allow it. Because people it's a brand new experience. Brand new, something that you can't even comprehend. Yeah. That you probably won't even be able to put into human words. So it's like, at first, it's no surprise that some people can't even, like, let go and allow it. Because it's so unfamiliar and so weird. So I can imagine that's why they say like multiple days of it is for the best.
Like anything, I guess you know what to expect, right? The second time you've done it.
Well, you know, you'll work with it.
You will be nervous the first time, right?
Yeah, without a doubt. But it's in at the same time, like I know the biggest thing that people say is just like work on just surrendering, just letting. You may go in with your intentions. Oh, I want to work on love. Oh, I want to learn to be a better man. But you'll be shown exactly what you need to be shown, and that may be something that you can't even fathom yet.
Yeah.
So it's just like just allowing and going with it. And I, you know, obviously we've done mushrooms. We know in terms of that aspect and the surrendering that coincides with that. But I've heard people talk about it, ayahuasca, like, oh, I've done mushrooms and I thought I knew how to work with psychedelics going into it, but it was just very different. But as long as you can work on surrendering, then that is the biggest thing. And I just find it so interesting that this is something like leaves that grow out the ground in the Amazon rainforest. And that like this medicine, like people that do it say like any president or world leader should have to do ayahuasca before becoming that world leader and being in charge. Firstly, because a lot of them would not go ahead and be a world leader because they know they're doing it for the wrong reasons. They're trying to gauge power and corruption, and they just wouldn't want to do that anymore. They wouldn't want to be corrupt. And then you'd be left with the people that do still want to do it, would actually be trying to make the world a better place and doing the right thing. And they said like, yeah, obviously I'm not saying that everyone should do it. I'm definitely not advising anyone, but they like hearing what people have to say. I'm like, oh, it's just remarkable that this just grows in the Amazon rainforest. It's just from the ground. Like what?
Yeah, but I still think like, who was the first person to be like, all right, I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to put this in this tea.
I bet it's been around for hundreds.
Yeah, no, mate, thousands and thousands of years. It's how we think we're like so intelligent now, but this is what these people who live in the jungle have been working with for thousands of years.
Yeah,
like, and what they see, and like the consciousness and the expanded like capabilities. I'm just like, and we're just little freaking brain dead numbnuts taking these like substances and caffeine and thinking that like, oh, let's just get really hyper and that's going to make us be more intelligent and more productive. But mate, it's way more than that. Like, way more.
I know we briefly touched on it like a few weeks ago. There is that thing of like, that if the Earth has existed for like 4 billion years, or whatever it is, 5 billion years, surely there is some species that has existed before that is more intelligent than us in some capacity, because I think we associate with intelligence.
Yeah, it's a metric of what intelligence is, because intelligence now is probably different to what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
200
Like
years ago.
we associate intelligence with like, oh my god, like look, Thomas Edison, he created the light bulb.
Well, I think that's what I found a bit challenging about when we had Matey Boy Alex O'Connor on. It felt a little bit like the human, like what I can perceive, what's tangible. Whereas I think there's things beyond what we as humans can comprehend.
But he was more from a philosophy point of view of challenging everything, even challenging that belief of, well, what if there isn't anything beyond this thing that we can comprehend, and what if that belief is just something that you want to believe, that there is something more out there? Because I'd love to know, like, people like that though. I'd love to see after doing like something like ayahuasca, like if their views would change, because I don't know, I just feel like it's quite amazing. Anyway, I've read so many stories on them where people are like, it's literally such a life-changing experience. And
I think it would just worry me that I'd go and have some sort of epiphany that I want to change my whole life.
But it's in what's wrong with that?
Because what, like, are you happy?
Because like,
true, yeah.
Because in like,
but what about the things that you think that you're happy with? I guess, and then what happens if I don't know? Yeah.
Well, I'd rather know the truth.
But then how do you know? But then my thing is, how is that the truth? How is that definitely the truth?
I think that's how you've got.
Because you right now, as Joe, think that this makes you happy, eating a brownie makes you happy, whatever. And then if you suddenly have some sort of epiphany that, oh, brownie doesn't make you happy anymore.
Well, you can only go based on like the evidence that you've seen, and I guess seeing the credible people that have done this, the amount of years that this has been a thing, like it's existed for way beyond like our modern day. I don't know. I'm convinced there's enough evidence for me that suggests that this thing is the truth.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm like, okay, I'm willing to, I would rather know the truth rather than live in a lie. Like, I don't know, thinking that getting rich and famous and like shagging loads of girls and all that is where my ultimate like pleasure is going to come from. Like deep down, I know that's.
Imagine you go there and it shows you that is exactly what you want.
Well, maybe, but like ultimately, yeah, I just think like I want the truth, and I want to face it.
Yeah,
100%.
No, that's fair enough.
Play.
So, yeah,
we're proud of you, mate.
Yeah,
cheers,
agreed.
Bro. Quite buzzing, but yeah, Costa Rica,
and then
beautiful place.
People will be able to hear about it
Yeah, like, well, I'm gonna document it for my own sake, like
Yeah.
video form. I want to have it like so I can refer back to and not forget things. But yeah, if I can make a video out of it, that would be cool. But that's not what I'm going. It's not. Like, I'm not doing it for content.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, and I'll definitely, hopefully, come on here and talk about it. But some people, like when I was having the chat with them, they were like, there may be things that you don't want to talk about to anyone ever.
Yeah.
That you come across, and I'm like, you know. Yeah, that may be something as well.
Yeah, which is probably quite weird, isn't it? Because you're quite open most of the time.
Yeah, I'm like, I talk about anything, don't I? Like,
Yeah,
even now, like, I forget. Like, I would only comprehend that we're talking to a crowd of people right now if they were in front of us.
Yeah.
Like, right now, I really just
Yeah.
desensitized to that. So, who knows? I would like to think I talk about anything, but yeah. Anyways, good chat.
Very good.
So, I've just been asked by this really, really creepy guy. Sits around the corner and he produces this show and he's gone, Weller, please can you talk about drinking? And I'm like, what? And then I look on the document that he's given me on this iPad and it goes, drinking versus sober. In Weller's recent vlog, so this was the raw one, European versus USA, lads trip abroad. Just thinking that title, is that a bit shit?
Shit.
Is it? Is it a shit title?
Yeah.
I
Really?
thought it was all right from a clickbaity point of view.
Oh, is it just shit?
To be honest, neither of your vlogs came up on my YouTube feed, which is weird because then all of your videos normally would.
Oh, fuck.
So,
Not hitting our goal.
All right, shit title. In Weller's recent vlog, he talks about whether or not to drink at the festival. Reflection at the end of the vid is that he wasn't proud. How do the three of you feel about drinking as you get older? How did you decide when you drink and when you don't?
Ooh.
oh.
That's interesting.
Well, me and Luke had some thing in Italy where we were like, right, we're not going to drink for all of June, and then I ruined it like 4 days in.
I made a video on it, like a reel.
Yeah.
And I got to, was it last weekend?
Last week, yeah.
Which
it came
would
to
be
mind
for you
last
guys
weekend.
listening, that would be the weekend before the last weekend.
2 weeks before the end of June, it was.
I'll tell you why. Like, I packed it in. Because when I made that reel, as in I packed in not drinking.
You stopped not drinking.
Yeah.
Why did you stop not drinking?
Because when I made those reels, right, I said about leading, like, it wasn't just about being like fit, healthy, you know, being strong or whatever. It was about having like a genuinely good lifestyle. Now, I got to the point in that where I was like, well, I'm going to the beach with the boys. I've got my mum's birthday the next day. And I'm not saying that all of this hangs on drinking, but we didn't even get drunk at yours. We had like
No, it was
4
just
cans of beer or something.
Wait, you went round Ollie's?
Yeah.
Where was I?
You're in LA.
You were in LA, yeah.
Oh.
And I was thinking, well, actually, I think life is it's more about the balance. And I would have missed out personally. I feel like I would have had a worse weekend that weekend if I didn't drink. But I have a good relationship with alcohol.
Yeah, you do. I think
Yeah,
it
that
was,
is good.
and it was a nice sunny. But we were at the beach at like 8 o'clock on a Friday night. It was nice.
Yeah, I think if you've got a problem with it and you get to a point where you really cannot control yourself, or when you drink you turn into an absolute fuckhead,
Like punch in the wardrobe.
Yeah,
or lobbing
yeah.
aircon controllers.
like that guy.
Well, is that what you did?
Yeah, on holiday when he got a bit
Oh.
angry, I turned the aircon off and he got angry, so he punched the wardrobe.
Nah.
That's good.
Lies.
It was really
I think the
embarrassing.
hangover
Yeah,
of
oh.
alcohol emphasizes whatever deeper traumas or
Yeah,
baggage
agreed.
you're holding on to is. So Luke
is-
Martin, as quite a stable man,
literally think it's exactly what I was just
yeah,
thinking. I was
Luke,
gonna say.
Luke's quite a stable man, so it's not surprising that the hangover, yeah, you feel shit, but it's not emphasizing like,
No,
oh,
but
fuck,
I'll have
I'm a
periods
fucking
where,
prick.
like, if I feel like just a bit worse, or I've had a bit of a worse week, or I feel like I haven't like done the things I should have done in the last week, it will get to that Sunday morning and I will get that feeling of like,
must still affect your productivity levels.
yeah, and especially now more so as we get to 30, now it gets to Monday and I'm like, okay, I'm not hungover, but I feel slower.
Yeah.
So I think for me it's just about drinking less. I couldn't cut it out. I tried. I didn't enjoy it.
That's okay.
So-
To have that balance is good because I'm never gonna cut out chocolate. do
But
you know
also,
what I
we
mean?
don't drink now like we would have done when we were 20. And also, when you drink when you're like you go to the gym or whatever when you're 20, it's not really about performance based, is it? It's more about what you look like and it like just fucking doing bicep curls and stuff all the time. Whereas now, like all 3 of us go to the gym more performance based than anything, and like look good and feel good.
What I
But
would say, personally, this is not like a fucking scientific opinion. I think if you're that sort of age, 18, 19, 20, 21, and you're cutting out alcohol because you want to be like healthy, it's not good for you. I think you're just going to miss out on so many vital experiences that you'll look back on when you're older and be like, so glad that I was there for that moment. I'm so glad that we got so stupidly drunk and we don't remember half
Is the
of it.
whole point of life to create memories?
Yeah.
Like all the stories that we have to tell, like a lot of them aren't just like, oh, I did this perfectly and like I was really healthy at this point. It was like, no, I got a bit wankered and like made a tit of myself.
Sometimes you learn the most, though.
Imagine you get to your fucking deathbed and you're like, well, I've not tried pizza and I've never had a beer before. Oh, fucking hell, what a shit life you led.
So
then.
true.
Wait, really? But surely there's more to life than beer and pizza.
Look,
I do love pizza though. I don't really
people
like
are
beer.
You've only just started liking beer as well.
I don't like beer.
If
Oh,
peop-
you like the one where we're in that shit hotel?
Yeah, yeah, that was alright. That was alright.
if people are happy going through their life like that, I'm not saying change it. If you're happy, stay on that path. Absolutely.
Cheers, President.
But if you're doing it because you think, oh, like I'm not touching this because it's healthy, it's not healthy or whatever, then I think you're just going to miss out on so much because of that. It's just a different narrative that you're playing into, as opposed to the one of, well, I should drink. You're just playing into the one, well, I shouldn't because of this.
Nice one.
What about you? What was the question? Did you even answer it? Yes.
So the question really to answer is like the reflection at the end of my video is like I wasn't proud. No, it was more of like so I wanted to experiment like raw vlogging, but I actually didn't vlog as much because like the last thing I wanted to do is be on camera, like because I felt like quite my energy was off. I felt like a fucking twat and just like I don't know. The last thing I now want to do is be on like exposed to the world when I feel like how I was feeling. Because I was hungover pretty much most of the vlog, or off the back of like, all sorts of events. So yeah.
But do you think that is? Do you think that's caused by the alcohol, or is it caused just the alcohol is just exacerbating? All the things that you feel, which are nothing to do with the alcohol.
A bit of both. So like I've realised that without treating myself, my vessel, and my mind correctly, I have meltdowns and I don't want to be seen by the world. I want to hide. So I was eating like shit. LA, I was trying all like the yummy Chick-fil-A, all the bad food, feeling like shit. Like from that, obviously I'd been drinking. And leading up to that, sort of doing that as well. So I think it's no wonder, it equated me to feeling like that. And I didn't want to feel much. Didn't feel funny. Felt awkward. Even in social situations, I literally felt like a fucking pick-me loser a lot of the time in LA. I was meeting people and I was literally like, I feel like you're looking at me like I'm a fucking little gimp.
Really?
I felt like a gimp, mate. A fucking loser.
But is that just because you're not fitting into like this?
No. So I was feeling like, I get what you're saying, but I was feeling like that before. And it was like when I'm not eating right and not having any sort of respect for myself, I feel like a pussy.
One extreme to the other.
So then I like be in a social situation, especially with strangers, looking them in the eye and just feeling like I'm a twat and like I feel like you feel uncomfortable around me because I feel uncomfortable. Whereas like when I'm proud of myself and my energy's like right because I'm treating myself right, then I know like I'm way more pleasant to be around and I have better connections and I feel proud to like be in that social situation.
I get what you mean.
Represent myself. It's like coming on Wafflin now. Like I'm able to talk and I'm not like checking out. Like when we do episodes and I'm like not present.
Yeah.
And I check out. It's because like deep down I'm not proud of myself. I'm not happy with myself. I'm like, and it's not like a case of being happy. You need to be happy, but there's an element of like I'm ashamed of myself. I'm feeling ashamed. Like that's a really low frequency to be vibrating on, man. But yeah.
And that's. I mean, go ahead.
No, because what I was going to say is I agree with what you're saying because I'm probably a bit like that too. But also at the same time, like in Italy, I like remember waking up hungover a couple of days and like just find everything so funny sometimes. Like I get that. I get that. Like everything's really funny.
Yeah, sometimes you get that.
But we were in holiday mode.
Yeah, and I think that's because you're with your friends. It's very comfortable and like
when you wake up.
And we probably like we weren't getting absolutely hammered.
It's so different waking up in like a group of people hungover because you literally are all just there. You have a laugh about everything that happened the night before. Everything, like you say, is just funnier than like as opposed to waking up on your own, like in a bed on a Sunday morning, thinking I've got work tomorrow. Like, what am I going to do this Sunday? I feel horrendous. I've got no one.
That makes me even you talking about it makes me feel weird.
Yeah, it can be a horrible
my own,
feeling.
and then like when you feel like that is the worst thing.
Yeah, it is rough.
Would you prefer to like live with the boys?
Yeah, I think in Italy, like this, I think this time because we are older and we're just a bit more chill now than we might have been when we were younger. I think it would be so much easier.
I wonder. So in cavemen times,
Fucking hell.
right? So you'd spend a lot of your time out hunting with the boys. A lot of your conversation would be with the boys.
Yep.
They couldn't
And we
talk,
often,
could they?
yeah, they should have their own language. Don't you be like,
Cavemen. I'm pretty sure that's how they were.
Fred
Yeah.
Flintstone.
no, would they do that? Or
They
would
were like talking about what they were watching on Saturday evening.
No, but because there was no TV.
No,
but like,
they didn't.
no, wouldn't they be like, "Oh, let's go down to the wreck and play footy"?
Nah. Language was not invented.
Okay, could you see when language was
Actually
made?
be
Anyways, the point I'm making is that like you'd socialise mostly with your boys, and I wonder if our living situation that we actually do, where it's like, right, you have a partner, you now must live with your partner, and that's how you spend all of your time with. Oh, I can maybe socialise with the lads sometimes, but I'm always with my partner and they're always with me. I wonder if that's actually not the way that's most suited to our ability to thrive. Like, what if we are actually meant to live with the boys? So imagine it's us boys are actually meant to live together, your girls and my girls and whatever, girl.
My girls.
You know what I meant. You know what I meant. Fuck's sake. You know what I meant. Is meant to live. They're meant to live together, and we actually just link up and we actually do things together. But we're actually meant to live with the boys.
I think it's about balance. I was actually saying to Luke, like, I think you've got to have a nice balance in that it's not about living together. I think it's making sure that you actually socialise. I was saying to Luke in the car on the way here, like, I think one thing I've sort of done, I've said this to a few people, is probably neglected my social circles a little bit.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, mate, for the past 10
Yeah.
years, where's Ollie Edwards?
Well,
been?
mate, you've been the same.
Where's Joe Weller been?
Yeah, we've both gone off radar.
like-
Well, Luke's always been like,
Yeah, he's
so
got
balanced,
mates.
he's
He's
so
got
balanced.
like Glenn and that guy, Sparky.
Yeah, whereas I'm always like, don't reply to people. You're the same.
I
Don't reply to
Yeah, but 'cause
people.
does it seem like a chore? Is it effort to socialise for you?
I think it's hard sometimes I find it hard to maintain a certain level of relationships with people sometimes.
But why?
Don't know. But then I'm very extroverted, but then to like maintain a certain level of relationship with people, like me and Luke were always really close until like college. Well, me and you have been really close at points.
Yeah, but
Well,
why
we
does it
close at
seem like
college.
long
It's
to
pretty
maintain?
often.
Because
Yeah, agreed.
When I
Yeah,
see
yeah.
people and we're hanging out, it's like, this is class.
Yeah.
Then the idea of like, oh, freaking like, it almost feels like I've got to put on, and not to you boys, but to like friends that aren't like really close mates. It can seem like you're almost putting on this like forced act to try and social. Oh yeah, I don't know. It's weird, and I almost feel like that's what I want to get to the bottom of. Like, why does casual socializing feel like this effort, this chore, this like? It's almost like I don't have this energy to like expend on this luxury of socializing. Yet, like when you do it, it can actually.
It's more to think about, maybe.
Right.
I think that's
I don't know.
my thing. It's because I think about so much stuff all the time. It just makes me think. Oh, I've got even more stuff.
Yeah,
to think
is it
about
like
now.
you don't have brain capacity? I think that's what it
literally
feels like. Yeah, I don't have
Overwhelm.
brain.
It's overwhelm, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like I'm already overwhelmed. Adding more into that pot, like why would I do that? But then it can be you socialise. Like these past 2 days, I've gone and socialised, played paddle, gone to the beach, had really good conversations, and it's actually like made space in my brain rather than take up more space. Maybe it's about who you hang out with, because there's definitely certain circles I hang out with, and I'll be like, I don't fit in here.
But you do the thing of like I do. I was saying this to Luke in the car. Is like sometimes I feel like I don't need anyone. I can and you're like I can sort my own problems. And I was saying to Luke, like with the period I'm going through at the moment, without like certain people and me expressing my vulnerability, as opposed to going, oh, I feel like this, but actually going like, I'm actually fucked. Like I need to speak to someone. Like I think that accepting it, and actually then it makes it all seem a lot easier. Like I actually want to socialize with everyone now.
No, I get you. I think that's part of like the whole ayahuasca thing as well. It's like accepting guidance from
Other
outside,
people.
because
I'm so shit at that.
Because I think a lot of people going into something like this, because you have to surrender to almost being helped and being guided by
no
elsewhere.
one understands me. No one knows me. Like
Yeah. It's like it can be difficult to relinquish that control.
Do you just think
Wonder
life
why.
is so much better? Like when you do see people and you
Oh,
do
mate,
things.
like, that's the thing I've realised
It
the
keeps you
last couple of months.
grounded.
That's the thing I've realised the last couple of
I
months.
think I'd rather be like, imagine if like we're doing each day this week, if I was doing something with different people, that's like a productive thing. So that thing that we're doing is something productive, whether it be playing a sport, exploring somewhere, but it's productive. I definitely would thrive way more doing that on a daily basis. How do we find those people?
How come you don't just go, oh, so what are you guys doing this week?
Yeah, why do you
I'm
never
free
leave it?
Wednesday. Well, I do the same. I don't do it.
yeah.
It's only something I've done in the last couple of months because I've felt like I've had to because I've needed it. But that's something I've been guilty of, because even if you text me and I go, oh mate, I can't do Thursday or Friday, but I'm free this time or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's expressing that thing of.
I think it's where it's like I've got the evidence to believe that I can't count on what I'm going to feel by like in 2 days' time.
But then you've already preempted it.
Yeah, I know. I
do that too.
I know.
I do that. I'm like scared of going. I
can't commit to something.
Yeah.
What if like I feel like
I used to be the same about
today.
holidays. I used to be the same about holidays. Couldn't book anything too far in advance because like, I might not want to go when it comes. Or yeah, it's
nuts, isn't it? Like, why would I book something and get something locked in if I don't know what I'm going to feel like come then? That's what I really want to work on as well and be able to be stable.
I just get excited.
Yeah, but you have such a luxury. We used to think that Luke's like, you're like, I don't know. Yeah, a bit of a Timmy. And you don't feel,
I never thought that.
You don't no. Ollie Edwards thought of it more than me. But like we used to think like, poor Luke, he can't think or feel anything. We used to think like you can't feel things.
Yeah, it's true actually. Yeah, no, like, I know what you mean.
You sort of just like live, you exist, but you don't but in reality you don't have this extra whether it be like chromosome, I don't know what it is, but whether honestly, you come from two parents, we come from broken parents. Yeah. I wonder if that plays a major role.
Yeah,
and like you have this stability to be able to you don't walk around with trauma every day of your life that's low key like fucking with you. Whereas I feel like probably me and Edwards do for some reason. I don't know what it is, but whether that comes from your parents, your childhood, whether the fact that like when I was conceived, there was like an affair happening within that relationship. And the trauma that's literally I'm getting made in the oven of someone that's going through trauma. Do you know what I mean? Like does that play a role? I don't know.
I think it absolutely does. And that is probably likely the reason. But like you say, you're literally made up of these particles that were formed in that environment.
Yeah, like how much of energy transfer is there? Like,
and then you would have been born into that environment. And people underestimate how much kids... babies, everything.
100%.
As a kid, man, I was so sad and angry all the time. From like the moment I could talk, I'd find myself. Any baby photos you see me, I literally look like I've been through some shit, and I'm freaking 3 years old, and I'm like, I wonder. I was so angry at the world. I learned as soon as I learned swear words, I'd say swear words all the time, swearing. I had so much anger, like towards the world and people, and I felt like the odd one out. What? How does a kid get born and just stop being like that? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's mental.
I think that's where mine comes from, not reaching out to people, is because I'm an only child, so I spent a lot of time on my own as a kid. So then I think that whole thing of like, I'm more than happy to talk about how I feel, but to express like vulnerability is like, it's not even a thing of I'm scared to do it. It's like, Luke's not going to be able to help me, or Joe's not going to be able to help me. I can do it myself. Like, no one understands me, no one gets it. But actually now, like, one thing I've realised is like I'm not like I don't know. Everyone is different.
Haven't got it all figured out.
Yeah, you haven't got it all figured out. Yeah. Which is I'm now realising now, like pushing 30. So
mad thing.
Yeah,
30 years old. Well then, guys, we are now going to begin my game. My game. I invented it. Right. The rules say this: hand out the 3 cards. Right. If you're listening, I've got 3 playing cards in my hand.
You got to shuffle them.
There's a 5, a 5, and a king. All right. I'm assuming just the numbers, that's all that's important about the cards. Players discuss and debate what they would do in this scenario. So we discuss the scenario. There's a series, there's 4 scenarios that we're going to talk about. One player has a joker card. Is that the king?
Yeah.
Okay, in this case, it's the king, meaning that they are lying about their opinion. Oh, do we have to see who's lying? Okay, we have to guess who the liar is. Oh, okay. Great idea. After debating, players then reveal their votes on who they think is Wafflin. Get it? Lying.
Hey.
Who's chatting pure waffle. The players who correctly identify the liar wins the round.
Wait, so who's the liar again? I've already forgotten.
Whoever has the king.
The king.
Okay. We're doing a point system as well. Guess the right person equals 1 point. If the waffler doesn't get voted, they get 2 points. So if you're a really good liar, lying, then you get awarded for that. Don't know if I agree with that morally, but
you're such a big man, aren't you?
I'm not a big man.
Taking the moral high ground.
Because I have morals and values. Game. Sorry, you have no morals or values.
Game.
Do I? Right. Right then. So this is the first. You're the liar.
Okay.
I can tell immediately. I can just tell you've got the king. Isn't that weird? Right. So this is telepathy. I can just tell that Ollie Edwards got the king.
Do you want to lock that in now?
Right. Let's see.
Are
Ready?
you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're involved in a 2-car crash on your way to work one morning in which you accidentally hit and kill a pedestrian. As you get out of the car, you are intercepted by a tearful woman who seems to think that she hit and killed the pedestrian. You're not sure why she thinks she hit the person, but she is convinced there's only you, the woman, and the person you hit on the road. There are no witnesses. You know that whoever is deemed responsible will probably be sent to jail. What do you do? What do you do?
I'm not sure I could live.
Ollie, what do you do as you don't have the king? Thinking of an idea.
What do you know? What would I do? I'm thinking.
I wouldn't be able to live with the
No.
guilt.
What, you have a conscience, Luke Martin?
Yeah, I wasn't either.
I couldn't.
Oh, so he's already lying.
I couldn't.
Because, no, he's like, you don't have a conscience, mate. You're sending him straight to jail. All right, it's you that's got the king then. All right, show
why
your
is this
king.
a thing?
Show your king.
I genuinely
No,
don't
what-
believe.
I agree as
Right,
well.
right.
There's no way you're going to prison.
Luke's got the king just for the fact he showed a bit of heart and empathy. There's no way he's sending her straight to jail.
I'd march her down there myself.
He'd march her.
That's so good. I actually believe you for like 2 seconds. And I was like, yeah, no.
Oh, no,
Nah,
I
mate.
should
So
live
good.
with myself.
I'd cut her.
Yeah,
See ya.
later.
Oh,
That was a good one.
that was a good
it was,
one.
yeah.
Oh, I really need to not have a king next time.
All right.
Yeah.
Right then. Okay,
What-
next
wait,
up.
what would you boys have done? Genuinely.
We don't really need to know that information, do we?
I actually don't know.
What, send her to jail? Oh, you think you've hit it? Oh, you did. Yeah. Yeah, you did. She. Anyways, do you want a lift? Yeah, like, just take her down there. Surely you do the same. But is it?
If
Or
you-
some poor old grandma.
No, it doesn't say old
No.
grandma.
A
It says
woman.
a tearful woman who thinks that she's done it, and she has. So
Yeah.
Or you have to go to prison for 20 years.
see you later.
Yeah,
Or-
okay, yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah,
realistically,
yeah, it depends how long we're talking, doesn't it?
but then you go and do an ayahuasca retreat, and then you find out.
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
that-
exactly.
That
And
you're
then-
actually a dickhead.
Yeah. And you can't
You
reverse
think
that
you're
what-
getting away
you
with
can't reverse
something
that
and
what
you're
the
not.
20 years she's just done for you.
Yeah, you don't realize like how you think like if no one's around and they can't see what the evil that you've just done, if that evil still has an impact somewhere in the energetic world, and it actually I don't know, like is anything ever really in secret?
But you would.
Do you know what I mean?
That would change. So let's say it was your girlfriend who was driving the other car and she was convinced that she had hit them.
Anyways, have a nice time in jail, love. Oh,
Would you do?
No,
See,
of course
that's when
not.
it changes. But this goes back to when you had a go at me for when you said, "Would you do a Stephen Gerrard impression if someone like
What's
in a
that got to
random
do with it?
country was going to get shot if I didn't?" And I said, "Well,
Yeah, but you're not going to jail if you don't do the Gerard impression. You're sitting on this show rent
no, but
free,
someone else would be getting shot."
getting a free wage, being on my show. What?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you have a personal relationship with someone or you physically see something, it changes how you handle the situation. So, like, if it was your girlfriend that got out of the car and was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I hit them," and you know it was you would say, "No, no,
Don't worry,
Yeah,
baby
yeah.
don't
girl.
worry, like it was me, like
Yeah,
it
100%.
wasn't you."
And
But
plot
if it was a
twist.
stranger, you'd be thinking,
Yeah, but what would you do when you find out that no one's actually a stranger and we are all part of the same thing, and we're all from the same consciousness?
You
And
tell
that-
us when you
that
find out.
stranger
Yeah.
is just as much you as you are you.
Oh god, that's
Imagine if that's how things actually are. By the way, that no one's actually a stranger. We are actually all from the same place, and
"Yeah,
we
it
are
might
all
be
the same
true,"
thing.
but to me, all I know is that they're a stranger.
Okay, so yeah, all right, calm. Right, next question is this. Right, we've got our cards.
Yep. Everyone take a
Quickly
sneak
have
peek.
a little sneak peek. Okay, fuck, I've got the king. Shit. You find out that your loving wife of 15 years is actually your long lost first cousin.
Oh, first cousin.
First.
That means blood related.
Blood related. She doesn't know and wants a family with you. Do you continue your relationship and run the risk of having children with her, or stop the relationship there and then? So we're saying it's Ruth, man, bro.
How long have we been together?
Isn't it inbred kids? Can't that be like
They could come out with
might be
like
a little
7
the
toes.
highest?
Yeah, they might have a mere bit of autism. They might have a disfigured face.
What?
No, we have to be sensitive. No, we have to be sensitive because this.
There are inbred children.
No, but that is no disrespect against anyone that has got obviously deformities, because that is a thing that can happen. I am very respectful towards that. I am.
Seems it.
No, I am. And I just want everyone to feel like loved and accepted for who they are.
No, but that's context though, because they're saying about actually having a family, so you're running the risk of bringing a
So
child.
what are you doing? Are you you giving her the baby or not? Are you giving Ruth the baby? She's your cousin. What are you doing?
Could you stay together and just not have babies? Oh, if you've got to have a family, I would. If I got to this point in my relationship and realised Ruth was my cousin, I'd kind of be past the point of being like, oh, that's disgusting. Like, I wouldn't care.
Lying. He's got the king.
Yeah.
No, but
Got it again.
I wouldn't have children with her if we were cousins.
Are you mental?
You wouldn't. You wouldn't give her babies, but you've shagged her about 57 million times.
Yeah, but it would be
Oh, so
running
it's
the
about the baby.
Yeah, if I did have like a baby that was inbred, I wouldn't want to be part of that. That like bringing that consciously. Bringing
Okay,
that
so
into
you're
the
going to
world.
tell her, oh, we're cousins now. Does she know? Do you? She doesn't know. Okay, you're going to break the news to her, or would you, to save her the misery, are you going to just keep it to yourself and you're going to just weigh that on your shoulders for the rest of your life?
I would tell her. I'd tell her we're cousins.
Fuck. What are you going to do, Ollie Edwards?
Absolutely, like no way.
What?
I wouldn't be. Then I can't have a family with someone.
Yeah,
it's
that's
your
the
first
problem.
cousin.
Really? See, I'd go with it.
You'd go with it.
I think if you're committed to that person, love is love. Like, yes, you're in this vessel.
He's got the king.
Yeah, you've got the king. 100%.
No, I don't.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
you
got the
do.
king.
you
I'd go with
100%.
no, because we're just in this vessel that you may think is like owned by
You've got
someone.
the king. Just flip it.
Right, so what if you fancied your mum? Right. She just a vessel?
Yeah, mental. There's no way you'd do that.
You would have to tell her. But on my point, like, would you stay with them
No,
and not have a family?
wouldn't be able to.
You've been with them for
No.
10
It
years.
changes everything. It's
It
like
does.
if you now they find out that they're a pedo, are you going to stay with them? No, it changes everything.
I mean, that's
It changes everything. No, because you
They're
learn
just a cousin.
you
They're-
learn new information.
Pedo and
No,
cousin.
you learn new information that's very important information in how you now feel about them. You can't unsee that. You can't unsee them.
It's actually lost his head.
I just,
That 3-year-old Weller's come back out. The angry one.
I had a thought of, like this on the train actually.
Yeah.
What would it have to take for you to leave your girlfriend because you've learnt a new piece of information about them?
She's
What
a
would it be?
nonce. She's a.
No, what if you walked in on the bathroom
here we go.
and your girlfriend was slurping her piss out the toilet? Would you stay with her?
Yeah, come here. Come here. Come
Not
here.
as half a bubbly.
Come here. Yeah, it's doing a bubbly, guys.
So you walk into the
Did a
bathroom.
girlfriend bubs one day in the shower, so it's already happened.
What?
You know, girlfriend bubs.
Well, you got her to piss on you. Is that what you're saying? You got her to piss on you?
Nah, other way around. Anyways, right.
You pissed on her in the
Dunno.
mouth.
Nah. Right. What is so? What are you doing? What's going on?
Next one, I think. Yeah.
Give me your cars. You
Next question. You got the king.
Fuck, it's because I made the face. You have to redo it.
Edward's got the king. I'm gonna read you like a book,
Well,
man.
the first time you said it was him and it was me.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're like, it's 100%.
It's because you just start eyeing me up.
Right.
Shit, I've got it.
Fuck.
Right. Do you have it? Okay. You are on holiday in Bali with your 18-year-old son and wife.
I was going to say girlfriend.
And who?
Oh, no. Right. All three of you are at the airport getting ready to board your plane when an armed officer comes around with a sniffer dog, and the dog sniffs at both your wife and your bag and passes over it. However, when he gets to your son's bag, he begins to get a bit more active. You know, he's smoked a little marijuana in his time, but generally, he's a good kid. You then realise that you are in Bali. What? And they have a zero tolerance policy on drugs, meaning your son could be jailed for life or even worse, executed. The armed officer accompanying the dog looks directly at you and asks you to open the bag. As the officer begins to take things out of the bag, you see to your horror that there is a small quantity of marijuana stashed in with your son's belongings. The officer looks at you and asks, "Whose bag is this?" You realise you have to answer, but the answer won't be easy. You see your wife in the corner of your eye, and she is about to step forward and claim it as her own. What do you say? That's a long one.
Yeah.
The next one's shorter, so stick around with us, guys.
Yeah, I think you've got to claim it as yours.
Yeah.
Really? And you take the execution?
Well, or your son, or imagine surviving and you've got your daughter, so your wife or your
survival of the fittest, I call it, bro. You gonna put us all in danger
You've
like
got
that?
the king. You've got the king.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
I knew you did straight away, but I just didn't want to
The
say
way
it. So
you like
I
put
already
it on
fucked up
is
the
so
last
I've got
like
the king, everyone. I've got the king.
you put it on like so unrealistically.
I think it would be even funny if it was with people you didn't know.
But I thought it was going to go
I
directly
didn't
to
know
the
straight
son.
away.
If it was just the son and your wife wasn't going to take the fall, would you take the fall?
But what if your son's a bit of a prick towards you all the time? And
There's nothing more prick than getting your son killed, is there? No matter if he's in the wrong or not. You think you live yourself the next 50 years of your life, you got your own son killed.
It would fuck you
It would
up.
fuck your life up. Even
yeah. Oh, he's a good kid, isn't he?
You're a good kid.
I'm not a good kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, boys. Ready for the final
All
one?
right, then, boys. Okay, I've got the king again, so like, do we want to switch it up?
You know, you could have just shut the fuck
No, but
up.
it's just like, we might as well give one of
Dave.
you boys, like, you know, the king.
Yeah.
Just give it to you or Edwards.
Yeah.
I can't select.
Okay, I'll
who
just
it
let you
goes
know
to.
if I get it again then. Okay, right. All right.
Yeah, but now we know you don't have the.
Yeah, so it's one of you boys. It's part of the final. It's the finale. Right, guys? You walk into a club and see your girlfriend getting with your best mate. Your best mate's girlfriend is also at the club. You have the opportunity to get revenge. Do you do it? You getting revenge?
Nah.
Yeah,
You're not the king.
I would get revenge.
Yeah, so you've got
You're
the king.
Me and him knew who had it because he knew what he had and I knew what I had. It's so pointless.
Oh, yeah.
You just fucked that.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
shit.
what. No, you.
Oh, shit. So I've ruined the game there.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
but now we can't
Okay,
play
so do
another.
you get revenge? Your girlfriend is getting off with your mate.
Nah, revenge is never gonna make you feel better.
Exactly.
100%. You're acting out of emotion.
Yeah.
Nah,
It
Yeah,
just
but
makes you
why is
look-
it not
looks
going to,
like a
you know,
prick.
devil's advocate here? Why is it not like, yeah, she's doing it, so therefore I should do it? And actually, like, now we're even.
No, yeah. That's,
It's like, if she's a sex worker, I can be a sex worker.
I don't think you'll get out of that what you think you're gonna get out of it by doing it.
Or you just now feel like a twat yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, you just be like,
Isn't it often our ideas of what we're going to do and the excitement that may be perceived through something is actually like the thing that's getting you going, whereas the reality could actually just be filmed with shame and guilt that lives with you forever.
Profound.
Speaking
Very
from
profound.
experience.
I'm not.
Oh no, I'm just saying that sounded like.
Well, Wankstain you are. Why is that funny? I'm just quickly, we're going to wrap up soon, but we've got a few things that have been sent in by you, man. Can you boys please turn the basketball around? Jesus, so the valve is facing the wall. Oh, because it's got this little speck.
I
Right.
actually was just playing with it a minute ago. And then
Okay, right. We're moving the basketball so that you don't have to see the valve ever again. We've had a post from Law of Attraction Live that says... Law of Attraction, not attractive.
Law of attraction.
Law of Attraction Live that goes, it's funny how people will believe in Wi-Fi, invisible waves powering everything, but still think energy, frequency, and vibration are just some mystical nonsense. It's true.
You need to pull that one out on Theo.
Love. Yeah, I just think it's true though, isn't it? Like, I honestly like.
I've always just said it's not necessarily that I believe it, but I certainly don't categorically say it's not something that could exist.
Yeah.
Like I get Wi-Fi has proof that it exists.
All right, we've gone into that convo a million times. I just think like, come on, ask a trip with me, boys. Weller performing at Glastonbury. We've been sent an image of someone performing at Glastonbury. Do you think this looks like me?
Yeah.
Gary Newman.
Is that who it is? Gary Newman. Allegedly, that looks like me. Is that legit?
Looks like the thing from the Goonies. You ever seen that film?
No.
Fuck.
That monster that eats
Yo,
everything.
what the fuck is his name?
Like Chunk or something.
No, it's not.
No, that's the kid.
Oi. It says on Reddit.
Yeah.
The Wafflin Reddit, make sure you send in your little comments. It goes, fuck off with all this bollocks about AB being the fourth host. Ollie Edwards is the true fourth
There you go.
waffler.
Yeah.
That's sick.
And
I actually think we should get him on, but obviously, like, it will come out of your wages.
who, AB?
No, your, like,
Yeah.
Ollie
No,
Edwards'
he's got
sides.
Theo's. Theo's not here.
Yeah. If Theo's not going to turn up, he
Yeah.
can have his wages.
I'm
Why
earning
should I have
Theo's
my wages,
I'm
dog?
earning
I'll
Theo's
fucking
money
turn
for
up
it.
to
No,
work
if
every
long
week.
time. Like, imagine if it was just us four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be good if it was us four as Wafflin.
Then you'll have to.
Wafflin became
Well,
four.
then you've all got to take a cut though.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, but it becomes more fun, so I'd rather do
or-
that. I don't want to just earn
or
more
we-
money and it be less
Or we
like.
just do what they do.
Not that it's
for-
less fun, but you get what I'm saying.
Or they just do what we. Oh my god, spit it out. Or
You're
we just
scared.
do what they do for like pitch side, where people are just salaried. We just give Ollie like 100 quid a week. For
Yeah,
12 hours.
100 quid a week. Yeah, that's brilliant.
And then
Take the whole day off for a
Then-
McDonald's wage.
there we go. He's happy. We're happy.
So happy.
No, I actually think I'm pushing for it. I think we should get Ollie full time.
Oh, thanks. I'd love that. I'd really like it for the
Would
right.
you actually?
Yeah, I'd love it for the right money though.
Yeah, for the right money. Could you
Fucking
still?
hell, look at
could
he's coming to the table.
No, but
like
he
he's
needs to
Robbie
live. He
Williams
needs
or
to
something.
live.
Bro, I've got to live, mate. I've got a successful business myself.
Day a week, 250.
How much a week? How much? No, because
It's got to be a progression for me. Do you know what I mean? I'm in a stage of my life now. There's progression. I'm not just doing. I'm
250 a
not
day.
some crappy little labourer.
he's not a crap. Whoa.
Whoa, what's
There's a
wrong?
labourer.
I'm not your-
group of labourers listening to
Yeah.
this podcast right now. It's like sack Ollie Edwards and he's not even signed. Right, next one we've got this. Is this Joe playing a prank or is it the real official Luke Martin that's just posted this onto the Wafflin Instagram story?
It's never me.
Right, I'll read it.
The,
I'll
the
read it.
top,
We
the
can-
top one is obviously
We can
me.
get it up on
top
screen right
one's
now.
you.
So,
Yeah.
No, but
that's
obviously-
on the go-kart.
no. Okay, originally,
I
it
thought
was-
the top one was the joke one. I couldn't see the bottom one. I couldn't see the
Look at
bottom
the
one.
bottom
Wait,
one.
can we show? That's only one of the story slides. Like, we really need both story slides in here. So I'm just going to quickly get it up for you, kind gentlemen, because I actually think it's really important. So on the 27th of June, Luke posted this to the Wafflin. We need that on screen as well. So please make sure you show that, editor.
That's like Luke mixed with Mike Sawyer, who I work with.
Oh, it just is.
That's actually a good shout. Yeah.
Can we show Mike Sawyer on screen right now? Will he mind?
Nah,
Yeah,
you're right.
free
He'll- he'll-
free
he'll-
promo, yeah.
Right, Ollie thinks this is this guy, Mike Sawyer Transformations, mixed with Luke. I'd agree,
I
but
actually think that's
but
a
in
good shout.
fact, it is actually Luke.
It's not
It was Luke posting a selfie that said, "Hey guys and girls, it's just say Luke here, dominating the scene once again. Hope you're good. Shout me, kiss." Right, which is a fine thing to put on the Wafflin Instagram, and I encourage you to keep doing it. But obviously, people were like, "That's Luke. What?" Like, some people were like thinking it's not you. So then you obviously posted a split screen of you going
I
to
obviously-
all the hashtag Jack the lads saying this ain't me. Excuse me, not being funny, but it is me, you first class dickhead. Calmer will get you. Evil eye protect me. Chats tonight.
What goes through your
Evil
head?
eye protect me.
He wants to be
What
protected
the
from
fuck
the
goes through
evil
your
eye.
head when you write these?
It's just like my mum used to write
Oh
to
my
Ollie
God.
on Facebook all the time.
Yeah.
Did
Have
you
seen
used
it?
to go on her Facebook and then send Ollie messages?
Yeah, the other day, like I hadn't heard from him for like 5 days, and I was like, I actually know what's happened to him. I'm gonna have to message his mum or something, and then
Wait, when was this?
I don't know.
Like school times?
Wait, surely
No,
you've
no,
got,
no, no.
surely
This
you've
was
got old
recently
Facebook
when I thought you'd gone
messages.
missing. Yeah, I'm gonna find it now.
Oh, what? You went to message my mum
Yeah,
and then
'cause I thought
saw that she'd written you a Facebook message from back in the
Oh,
day.
I've got no signal.
Oh, we do actually need that up.
Yeah, we do. I can send it, but
All right, we can't find it on here, so make sure you follow our Instagram because we're going to post what my mum legitimately messaged Ollie privately. Okay? Anyways, we're now going to wrap this episode. If you did enjoy, please leave a like rating or rate us 5 stars on Spotify. If you want Edwards back, definitely hit the like rating and mention in the comments because I think it should happen. Anyways, we'll see you next time. Who have we got on next?
Theo Baker.
Theo Baker as our next guest.
Oh, we actually... and then we've got hardest.
We got
geezer.
hardest. Okay, so next week is going to be a boys waffling with Theo.
Yeah.
And then the week after that, hardest geezer.
Yes.
And like some people have something like, oh, I've seen him talk about these stories all the time. But I feel like we're going to have a really good conversation because we're from the same place. We've had very personal experiences together. So I think tune in for it because it's going to be a good one. Anyways, until next time, peace.